Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about something that's very important. Just a second. Okay, not important. Today I'm going to talk about something that is really important to me, something that's very close to my heart. Video editing. So basically, there's been some trouble that me and a lot of other people, as far as I've researched on YouTube and the net, have faced, is that when we are using a camera such as a web camera which comes with a laptop or with any camera that your phones or anything have, basically when you use a camera that is meant not for professional video shooting, it uses something which is called a variable frame rate, which means is that when the camera is shooting a video, it will decide depending on the scene, the activity going on in that particular shot or anything, if there's any not a lot of changes in the position of a body or something like that. Because of that, it decides individually for each I wouldn't say I think it's called time code or time frame. So for each time frame, it decides the frame rate of that video. What's a frame rate? It is the number of frames per second. A video is made up of static images played one after the other in a second basically, and that causes us to perceive them as not individual images but as a video. So if I am to move my hand like this would be a motion which is comprised of different frames or different images, which will go like this. Basically, if you record at a certain frame rate and then play it at a certain frame rate, you can mix and match with the output. The best example that I found out is all the action scenes that you see in the Hollywood movies, especially the one I remember is from Dark Knight, is when you have a car chase or anything like that, you are shooting at a higher frame rate, if I'm correct. Yes, you are shooting at a higher frame rate. So for each second you have more than the industry standard of 24, I think. Well, for online videos you have 29 or 30 frames. I'm assuming the industry standard is 24. I'm not very sure on that detail. I'll have to check up on that. So basically, if you're shooting on anything higher than the output that you're going to play on, that each second is going to contain more frames. So for each second, suppose a second is this long, you're going to have this long a video, or in terms of frames I'm talking about. But when you play them according to the industry standard, which is say 24 frames per second, and this is like you have some 30 or 40 frames per second that you recorded, when you play them according to the industry standard, which we are used to watching 30 or 24 frames per second, it appears that the motion has gone smoother and quicker, which allows directors to shoot those action scenes where the car swerves left and right and it appears to be going very fast, but actually that offers a margin of safety where you can operate with a safe margin. Why am I talking about this? Well, the software that I use to edit videos, Adobe Premiere Pro, basically is not very compatible with variable frame rates. What I mean to say is it's it's taking the video in, it's processing it, and then it's giving me an output. So it's if you imagine it's someone like who's working in a kitchen, who's taking a fixed amount of volume per unit time and giving that amount. So it's good at doing this, it's good at doing this at the constant rate that it's been given. But when you try and change the frequency of things that are coming its way, in the middle, he's just going to stand there and like, what do I do now? And at some other times, it's going faster than the frame rate that he's usually used to. And you're like, wait. And basically, when you use a variable frame rate, it causes Adobe Premiere Pro to have sync issues between the audio and the video, because the video is on a variable frame rate, which causes, when you are static or when I'm just standing like this, a normal camera would cause it to, compress the frame rate, lesser the frame rate, because I'm not moving as much, so it doesn't need as many frames per second to show a smooth motion, and therefore that causes compression of the video, that reduces the volume, so you'll have lesser MBs per video. Constant frame rate, which is used professionally in professional cameras, the industry standard, as far as I've found out, causes the video to have the same amount of MBs per unit time that you shoot, which is useful because you have a constant quality. The motion and everything doesn't change that, so everything that you shoot is of the same quality. The difference being Adobe now knows, it's Adobe, right? Okay, please let me know what that is, because I remember somebody telling me the right word is Adobe. The right way to the right pronunciation is Adobe. Adobe Premiere Pro. Adobe Premiere Pro. I like to call it Adobe. Okay, fine, I don't care. So what Premiere Pro does is that with a constant frame rate, it can handle it, and there are no sync issues between the video and the audio. So how do we solve this? There are two ways of doing this. If you want to use your current camera and not change it to a professional camera, what you can do is, once you record a video, you can use open software, what do you call it? Wait, I forgot the term. The hell. Wait. Open source. Sorry for that. You can use openware software, one of which I have, which is called HandBrake, to convert a variable frame rate video into a constant frame rate video. That is one way of doing it. Another way of doing it would be using a software which records at a constant frame rate. The one that I'm using right now, after searching and going through Google for a while, which is OBS, which stands for, give me a second, Open Broadcaster Software, which is an open source software. So how do we know the difference? This entire time I've been recording on OBS, and I don't think there should be a problem. What you are about to see after this will be using the native software that my laptop has for the cameras, which I from experience know is recording at a variable frame rate, which has caused a lot of sync issues in the past with my projects. In case you don't want to do any of this and you want to do it the hardcore way, you would have to sync the entire video and the audio by changing either the speed of the audio at various points, or moving it relatively ahead or behind as compared to your video. Anyway, the next thing that you see after this will be me doing I don't know what on my native video recording software. Okay. Hello, can you see me? Can you hear me? I am going to say the alphabets one after the other and draw them with my hands, just to tell you that there are synchronization issues with Adobe Premiere Pro, or that's the cost of using a variable frame rate. So let's start with A, B, C, the D, E, F, G, H, I, J. It doesn't matter whether the video is playing at the same rate that I want, or I speed it up, then because it gets worse as I speed it up, because then, hey, K. That's it. See you later. Bye.